Okay guys, while I'm comfortable, oops, bumped the table. I'm going to make hopefully a fairly short video and kind of tell you guys this story on this camper. So let me back up to when we moved here at the beginning of the year, moved to Iowa in the beginning of the year. I knew at that time that we didn't need, but that my wife wanted something with a little bit more room and a few more accommodations if I was going to have any hopes of getting her out for a lengthy period of time. But we've done 10-day trips in the van, staying in the van, so I mean that's pretty long, I guess, but I'm talking about I want to go for the winter. Whether I'm going to be able to make that happen or not is still in question, but anyhow. So when we got here and we got kind of settled in, I started looking on Craigslist, and I was looking at enclosed utility trailers. I was going to buy one of those and do a conversion on it and make it into a camper van like I've seen people do on YouTube, and I thought, man, that's the way to go, because a lot of campers you look out there, they're just stapled together and built real cheap and lightweight and expensive. So I was looking at 6x10 trailers, 7x12 and 7x14 enclosed cargo trailers, and I found a few used ones in the neighborhood of about $2,500. The newer ones were going anywhere from $3,000, $3,200 to clear up to $4,500 just for the empty trailer. And man, that was just a lot of money. Then I had probably a minimum of another $1,500 or so on top of that, and who knows, weeks to months worth of work to get it converted into a camper like I did to the camper van. So I've been looking all summer long on Craigslist, looking at campers and different options, and I ran across this camper, and it was for sale. It was for sale by an older couple about 150 miles away from us, and they wanted $5,500 for it. So we called them and we asked them a few questions about it and talked with them for a brief period and asked them if they were negotiable on the price, and they said they were firm. So we kind of just let that fall at the wayside. I saved it, and I saved the ad on my computer and figured I'd just kind of keep an eye on it, because I looked it up on NADA RV Blue Book, and the value with everything that's included in here, options or whatever, there's not a huge amount of options to worry about. But when I booked it out, it was going anywhere, average retail from low was $2,900 and high was $3,600 and some change. So $2,900 to $3,600, and I thought $55 was just way too much, and it was definitely more than what I was wanting to spend. So I watched it all summer long until the ad expired, and then I figured it was gone. I figured they'd sold it or decided to keep it or something. So just recently, maybe 3 weeks ago, I see it on Craigslist again. This time it was advertised for $6,999. I thought, man, somebody must have bought it and decided they didn't want it, so they thought they'd crank up the price a little bit. I don't know what the story was there, but $69 was definitely out of the question. That was $1,000 more than what they were originally asking for it the first time that I saw it. Just a few days went by, and bam, I see it on Craigslist again. This time it was on there for $39.99, and it was at a RV dealership. I thought, wow, and we're getting close. Wonder what the story is there. So I called them up Asked them a few questions about it, and again, this dealership was 150 miles away. It was real close to it was the same town as to where I originally saw it for sale by the older couple. I thought, well, maybe they must have traded it in or sold it to the RV shop or consigned it there or something. So we drove up there, took a day, drove up there, looked at it, and I was impressed. I thought, man, this is pretty nice. It's just exactly the size that I'm looking for. Just so happened to be a fifth wheel. Kind of an ironic story on the fifth wheel, but I have a fifth wheel hitch mounted in my Nissan Titan pickup, and I know that they pull nice. So I thought, man, that's just what we're looking for. So we walked around the lot and chatted a little bit. The wife and I did for a while, and I thought, well, you know what? Let's offer them $3,400. It needed a sewer hose. There was no sewer hose included, which is fine. Those things are anywhere from 30 to 50, 60 bucks. So we thought, let's offer them $3,400, and you guys throw in a sewer hose. See what happens. That's just a little bit under the average retail Blue Book price. And I think the camper is above average as far as condition, so I felt comfortable with that. Went inside, made the guy the offer. Of course, when you buy it from a dealership, they always got to go ask the boss and see what they paid for it, and see if they're going to make enough money off of you. I mean, it wasn't even a minute longer. He comes out of the office and said, "It's yours." So there you go, $3,400, and we got a sewer hose. Brand new sewer hose in the box. On the shelf, that sewer hose was 50 bucks, so I guess technically $33.50 is what we paid for the camper. And I think we did okay. Of course, I would have liked to have paid less, but I think that was a fair price. And after looking at the bearings and the brakes and the roof, I'm pretty confident that we got a pretty fair deal on it. So that's the funny story I wanted to tell you. So for all of those of you who were curious what we paid for it, there you go. Turns out $3,400. We're ending up with a lot more than what we would have got had I done a cargo trailer and converted it. For one, I don't have all that work to do. Yes, it is a camper and it's stapled together, and they can be, kind of trashy, but for the age of this camper, it's 24 years old, and the condition of it, I felt that it's built pretty good, and it'll work out fine for us. We've got a bathroom now, we've got a hot water heater, got a furnace, stove, and oven. I mean, those things I would have had to add on top of the cost of the utility trailer to build one out. So patience is a virtue, right? Just happen to be lucky. It's kind of funny. I've been looking at this camper for just about 6 months now, and we actually finally ended up buying it. So I guess I'll cut this off here. The video's long enough. So just a quick update. Oh, I've also had a couple of people ask me. We did sell our property in Colorado. Sold that about a month after I posted a video about it. So I've removed that. I pulled that video off of YouTube. That's why you don't see it anymore. And as far as the van and the solar on the van, I'm really getting anxious to start getting this one set up with solar, and I need to get started on it. So, like I said on one of my previous videos, I'm going to wait till after the election. And if I haven't got anybody interested in the van as it is, then I'm going to start taking the parts out of that van and putting them on the camper. Once I start doing that, I don't want to pull them off and put it all back on. So if you are interested or know somebody who's interested in the van, not trying to rush you or give you a sales pitch, but let me know about it, because I'm not gonna go back and start putting it all back on there. But I do want to start getting it put on this camper if nobody wants the van. The van will still be for sale. Once I remove all that stuff, it'll be $5,500 if anybody wants the van with the bed set up and so forth in there. So anyway, guys, hope you guys have a good rest of your weekend. Last weekend we have before the election. Get out there and vote, and hopefully we can all do the right thing, and maybe end up with the country left over by the time it's all said and done. So until next time, guys, we'll talk to you later and see you on the next one.